Hello everyone. Today I'm proud to introduce the fireworks display crate from Crate Display Fireworks. My name's Steve Hauser and I've been around fireworks for a very long time. Spent over 20 years in it on both the professional and the consumer side. One thing that we've come to realize is that the need for an easy, simple to set and fire show is becoming more and more in demand. With technology and wireless firing systems, it's making the process easier. Crate Display Fireworks is the exclusive distributor of their Fireworks Display Crate program. And what they're doing with it is developing a way for AHJs, municipalities, or professional shooters to buy a show that is literally packed in a crate by position. Now, to those of you who are in the industry, you'll understand what positions and some of these other terms are. We're going to have a lot of follow-up videos to explain in detail for those of you that aren't. The purpose of this is to spread joy and happiness with fireworks, especially in the coming year, our 250th birthday of the United States of America. So there's going to be a number of videos you're going to see. What I'm wanting to show you here and discuss is the general concept. The way this is going to work is that the show has been professionally designed, choreographed, and built to very specific requirements, all at one factory. We control everything that is manufactured. The factory has a well-known and worldwide reputation for producing some of the best fireworks displays. This is a great partnership, and this is a great way for us to bring the happiness to America to celebrate our semi-quincentennial. So as we move forward with some of these other videos, I want you to keep this in mind. Everything is perfectly choreographed. Everything is going to be fired by the Cobra firing system, which is probably known and respected more than any other that I can think of. It's simple, functional, and easy to use. It's a leading product in the United States, and we're partnering with them to help power the Fireworks Display Crate. They will have a lot of access and informational videos that they already have produced that you can use in the process of setting this up. We will reference those occasionally throughout the following videos. But what I want you to know is that the Fireworks Display Crate is a turnkey product. It will arrive to your door by position in solid HDPE plastic crates. It is shipped in bulk. It will be easy to set up, and we will go through those steps. It's by position, by cue, by number, and it's even color-coded. What we want you to understand is that this system offers a turnkey solution to your fireworks display needs. It will come with a script, a firing system, Cobra's assistance and expertise on that side. Everything will be laid out with site maps that you roll out and set the items on by piece number. We will show you how to connect the igniters. And all of this product is non-ATF qualified. It is UN 0431 product. This is product that in the United States can be shot only by professional shooters or authorities having jurisdiction. This is not a consumer firework product, and we don't want you to be confused about that. While the sizes and specs of some of these cakes are in diameters that would be consumer grade, these are much more powerful. They are also fused for electronic ignition with quick match, so that we can have to-the-second choreography throughout the show. So just to clarify, the general consumer cannot purchase these fireworks. They have to be done by licensed professionals or authorities having jurisdiction. The idea here is for us to be able to produce a product that small towns and cities across the United States can have access to and use to celebrate the 4th of July in 2026. A once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for all of us. America turns 250 years old. So I hope you enjoy the rest of the videos. There will be more coming out. But keep in mind, when you receive this package, you'll have a detailed instruction package. It will give you an overall site layout showing every position. And we have shows that go from 3 positions to 7 positions. These are not small. They will entertain your town or your city. They will include the site maps for every location, color coding, all of the fireworks. The fireworks will be packed in crates, as described, by each position, so that it's easy to place and set up. There will be a bird's eye view of the overall show, and then there will be a detailed breakdown of everything for each position, piece by piece, cue by cue. The intent here is to make it easy for anyone to set this show up. Whether you're an experienced pyrotechnician like me, or whether you're a first-timer just looking to help your town celebrate. In this video, we're going to show you how to unpack and set up your show. All the positions will be set up in a similar manner, and you can refer to the instruction manual that you've already received. When you receive your show, it's going to come in a crate like this. This is for show A, position 1. So this crate you need to place in that position. After you get it there and get everything across your firing line, each position, we will unpack each crate and show you how to set it up with ease and confidence. So now we're going to open up the crate and see what we have inside. This is going to contain all the fireworks for this position as well as the site layout maps. Now when you open your crate, what you're going to find is all the fireworks individually packed inside of a carton. Each carton is going to be labeled show A. This is piece number 21 for position number 1. We'll come back to the module and the cue later in another segment. But the first thing we need to do is get out our position maps. What you will do here is cut the tape and unroll the site map to aid in setting up your show. Okay, so now what we've done is we have moved the crate a little further back from our representative shoot site. We have taken one of the site maps out. I'm going to show you how easy this is. Simply untape it, lay it down, and roll it out. If you look closely here at the front of the rollout, it's going to say show A. The first roll that we placed was show A, position 1, row 1. That will be noted at the end of the rollout. Now we're going to do the same process with number 2. What you will notice here is that there is a diagram of each piece. These shapes match the shape of the actual piece that's in your crate. This is to help you make it easier to identify where it belongs. Each box is numbered, and that number matches this number. Now we're going to begin the unpacking of the crate and the setting up of your show on your site map. First thing you need to do is just lift up the sides of the crate. Now we're going to start placing things on the site map. So now we're going to place this on the site map. One thing I want to mention, and you'll notice, and this isn't by chance, each position will be color coded. Notice this is a white sticker and we have a white site map. We're going to use colors like this, red, white, blue, to help you make sure that you have the right pieces and the right crate in the right location. So for example, here is piece 31. So we're going to place that on the 31. Here is piece 16. 16 belongs right here. Here is piece 25. So we're going to walk down here to the 25 and place this piece. You will continue this process until you have all the pieces out of the crate and laid out on your site map. Now you can see that we have laid out the entire position as described on the site maps. This is the next step that you've just completed. After this, we're going to unpack the fireworks from the shipping cartons and begin setting up the show with the field modules and the igniters. So now we're going to begin unpacking the fireworks from the shipping cartons. Cut carefully down the center to open the box. Now here you will see a sticker that matches what's on the shipping carton. Show A, piece 23, position 1. So now what we're going to do is begin unpacking the fireworks from the shipping cartons. We're going to remove the firework and place it right next to the site map where it says it should be. We are going to then continue this process till every item is set right next to where the site map says it should be. Now you can see that we've unpacked all of the fireworks from their shipping cartons. At this point, we can clean up the chute side of the flammable leftover cardboard and paper because they're no longer needed. This will make it much easier to work, so we're going to take care of that and we'll be left with just the fireworks on the shoot site in the position which they were needed to be for the choreography. Now that we have everything laid out, we have placed our field module approximately in the center of the firing position. This way you can assure yourself, and we've pre-measured this by the way, so that all of the igniters that you received with your firing system from Cobra will reach every device to the firing module. This is very important to make sure of the placement, and that's why we have that orange box there. We don't have an actual Cobra module here with us right now because we're overseas, but that will come to you with very detailed instructions catered to each show and each position. Cobra has these systems and they have these videos. They are a great partner for us in this step. Okay, now we're going to show you how to connect the firewire igniters that you've received from Cobra to the firework device. This is a representative sample. Yours will be blue and white, not orange, but they are constructed exactly the same. This is the shrouded end. This is what we use to connect to the firework device. You will see that underneath the shroud, there is the igniter bead. This is what actually lights the fuse on the firework. So let's get this connected. First, we need to unwrap this a little bit. Pull this out of the way. We're going to take the shrouded end. Underneath that is what's going to ignite the firework. We take the shrouded end. First, we remove the plug and discard it. We take the shrouded end, place it into there, the shroud seats, and then we're going to push orange wire to the fuse. Then we are going to wrap the wire tightly around the cleats to prevent them from coming out. After you've completed this step, you're going to bring the quick plug end, which is on the other end of the igniter that goes to the field module. You will see that it's sort of a snap-in device. We're going to bring it to the field module and we're going to plug it in. At this point, you can see we're using C18. That's the cue. So you take this end and plug it into C18, as you'll see on the attached video demonstrating with the Cobra module. Now what you do is stretch out the rest of the igniter to the distance you need. Now you will bring the wire down to the field module, where you will notice it has a quick connect device. This is designed for the Cobra system. So what you will do is plug it into the Cobra system for cue C18, which will be noted on the Cobra module. So now what we've done is completed connecting all of the cues to the field module or the firing module. At this point, we're going to show you some very close-up details as you go through this process, because we want to make sure your show goes off without any problem. In these next close-up videos, what we want to do is show you things to avoid to make sure your show has no problem. You'll notice in this case, we have purposefully placed this wire over the top of this cake. You do not want to ever have that happen. The reason is this cue is going to fire before this one. If this cable from this device is over this one, when this one shoots, it will disconnect this. That will render this cake unfireable because the firing line connection will be lost. So you always need to be in the habit, as you set your shoot site up, to take the igniter wires down. Keep them off of the top of any of the items. That way you ensure that you don't disconnect a later item in the show when you shoot an earlier item. Now we want to show you some important details about 3 of the pieces in this position. You'll see a lot of the pieces only have one igniter coming out of them. In this case, there's multiple igniters because we're only going to fire one row at a time throughout the show. For example, in the beginning, you may fire this row. 2 minutes later, you'll fire this row. The module and firing system will do all of this automatically. All you have to do is watch and enjoy. But what we need to keep mind of is the fact that we don't want anything from this device over this device, so on and so forth. The way this is built is this will be the first cue in this set, the next one, the next one, the next one, the next one. So just make sure that there's nothing over the top of this, and all of these individual ones are down close to the side. You want to keep anything from this slice from interfering with this one. So keep them away and straight down to the side. Another important thing to realize is notice the fan shape of this. So this device is going to shoot this way and up all at the same time. We have oriented the site maps to properly set these up. What you have to keep in mind is if the audience is over there, you never want to place this item as such. So always keep the flat, wide side towards the audience. This way they get to see this effect instead of a straight line. That's very important, and you'll see we use a lot of these throughout the show and down the line to give it a very broad and wide display. Here is a very specific piece. We have to make sure at this point, because it's a center ignition, so that it starts in the middle and does a blossom outward, kind of like a butterfly. This one is going to fire before this one, and so on and so forth. So the proper way to do this is just how we've done it here. Bend each of the successive ones over itself. When this one fires, you no longer need this. But you want to make sure to not have them like this, because when this one goes, it will destroy this one. So you bend everything from the front to the back to ensure a successful display. One last thing we want to point out in the Crate Fireworks display program is there are a number of cakes 2 inches in diameter. These have taller tubes and appear to be more slender. We recommend that you take a piece of rebar or a wood stake, drive one into the ground on each side. This will prevent the cake from wobbling. That's an extra safety precaution that we recommend you use. Of course, everything we've covered here today has been done briefly for the sake of getting you simple instructions. But watch for more videos as we explain and walk you through the Crate Fireworks display system. So, I hope you enjoy the videos. I hope we've covered a lot of things. I know we will in more videos that are to come. But this is our first round. And you know what? Everything's got to start somewhere. But this is a complete rethink on how fireworks should be done. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy the show.